one in the time of this front office of a lot of picks, but none of them in the first round. What did that kind of, or how did anyway, did that change you guys' approach to what this will look like?
Yeah, our approach always stays the same. We prepare all year for the whole draft. Pick one to even undrafted guys that we may pick up after the draft. So in terms of process, in terms of how we go about our work, it really doesn't change. We take pride in being prepared for the whole draft, and nothing. It really doesn't change based on what picks we have.
We've had a lot of experienced guys come in this year. Was that intentional? Was that who was available? Why did that become kind of the theme for these?
Well, I think our picks are pretty close together, 36 down to 50. I think in that range tends to be more experienced players. The highest talented, youngest players tend to be drafted first in general. And so that just ends up who it is. Also, you're still dealing with the COVID years that the NCAA allows, and so you're just still dealing with an older group of kids.
What's your approach to getting in second-round picks? What are you looking for in those stages of the draft?
Yeah, we're looking for guys that are coachable, that know how to play, that are going to get better, guys that can shoot the ball, guys that play hard. You're looking for something that'll get each one of them in the league and stick in the league. You're in the second round. You're probably not going to get a super a guy that has no warts, right? A guy that has no weaknesses. So you're just looking at all these guys, figuring out how they might get in, how they might stay in the league, and get up there and talk through it and figure out a plan of how you would do that.
With the way you guys played and the speed and pace, how do you best simulate that and try to see which players fit that best in a workout?
Yeah, we have usually before you guys get in here, but we do some transition stuff with them. We want to see their decision making on the fly. We want to see how fast we can get the ball up the court. Obviously, it's an important style of play that we had success with the last couple of years, and it's going to be important for players that come to play for us that they fit into that style.
What do you think of the 2-night draft now? How that will be maybe helpful, especially for you guys with 3 second-rounders?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we all have ideas of what's going to go on after night 1 and into night 2, but we'll see. It allows us a night to kind of reset and look at the board and just formulate a plan. We have an early pick for the second day, the 6th pick in that second day. So that's I think advantageous. But we're not sure. Will agents try to slot guys and try to put guys where they want them? Will we be doing the same? I think there'll be a lot of conversations in terms of getting prepared for night 2, immediately starting after night 1. I think it'll be fun, and looking forward to it.
Do you expect to maybe get or even make more calls, I guess, with the picks and the time between day 1 and day 2 of the drafts?
Yeah, I think that the good thing about having 2 days is those calls when it's one night are rapid fire, and the picks are coming quick, especially in the second round. This gives you a chance to breathe, have those conversations you want to have with the agents without in the background, the countdown to your pick, where you may have 4 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is. So it'll allow a little bit more time for those conversations.
The success that the team had this past season going to the Eastern Conference Finals, that obviously you're focused on the draft, but how does the success that the team had last year affect you guys as you go into this year's draft?
Well, I think you saw a lot of our players blossom, and and there's a lot of promise there, and we're just trying to add to it. We're trying to add more good young pieces to what we already have. So that's the goal.
There's been this perception that this is a weaker draft. Do you feel that way? Do you even identify it like that, or do you always kind of feel like there's talent in every draft to be had?
Well, there'll always be good NBA players that come out of every single draft. There's going to be players from the top of the draft, the middle of the draft, the end of the draft. There'll be undrafted guys that end up being NBA players. It's our job to figure out who those guys are and try to get them on our team, and we'll do that.
a lot of coverage, some weird, some fair, about Bronny James. I'm curious what you thought of the process that he's kind of had to go through, just given who his dad is and how it's all been for him this year.
Yeah, it's unique. You know, Bronny is a good player. I think they're working to put him in the best possible situation, and obviously, you know, we'll see. Time will tell.
The player, of course.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of this? Is it the preparation for the draft? Is it when you get into the days before and into the draft when you're making the decisions on the fly for you personally? What do you enjoy most about it?
Yeah, a couple of parts. I love getting to know the kids. We travel around the world watching these guys, and without really talking to them, without getting to know them, you form opinions of what you think they're kind of like by watching them. But then to get in front of them and speak to them, I really enjoy that. The interviews and hearing their stories, hearing what's important to them on the court, off the court. I love that. And then obviously the draft itself is a lot of fun. You know, it's a lot of quick decisions. It's a lot of you know, it's unpredictable. And so Kevin does a great job with all of that, and Chad, and it's fun to help them execute you know, their plan.
And then you guys have had this kind of group together in terms of your decision makers for the draft for the past few years. Does that give you a little bit more comfort and confidence, just that you guys kind of know what you're looking for as a group?
Yeah, exactly. I think what we, you know, with Coach Carlisle here for a few years now, and our group being together, I think we have a good idea at what kind of players, what kind of characteristics can be successful here and successful for Rick, and helps us kind of narrow in on some guys. So I think there is an advantage to that for sure.
You mentioned the transition drills. A lot of the prospects said that the pace stood out here compared to other places that they worked at. Did that become something you guys wanted to pursue because of the way you guys play, or how does that kind of shape in these?
Yeah, I think the point of the workout is to see them do things more how the Pacers do them, rather than just these other places where, you know, they're doing more standard things or somebody else is running them. So obviously if you play here, you're gonna have to get up and down the court. So it does give us a chance to see that and just see how guys react. Some guys pick it up, you know, easy. Some guys are used to playing faster from where they come from. Others maybe have played in really slower paces, and they're gonna have to adjust to it. But yeah, it's definitely a chance for us to, at least in a very small sample size, see kind of how they would do.
When you take a look back at the season and the playoff run, I guess what alterations and what kind of things are you looking to add throughout the draft and even in free agency?
Yeah, more of what we have. I mean, more of what we have.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
How's your family feel about